Hey, Capricorn, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your September 2025 bonus reading. Today, we are going to dive into the sacred shifts and divine gifts that are unfolding for you, along with messages from your spiritual helpers. Now, Capricorn, we have officially entered eclipse season. This is a time when the universe hits the reset button. Eclipses can bring faded changes, revelations, and opportunities to release what no longer serves so that you can align more fully with your soul's true path. So let's see what is opening up for you. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful energy. You are being guided here to keep your eye on the big picture. Perhaps leave the details to others. This is about experience, experience that leads to success. I feel like you are attracting a King of Wands into your life, or you can be embodying this archetype. The King of Wands is someone who is very generous, very inspirational, very driven. This king is someone who marches to the beat of their own drum. It is someone who is very passionate when it comes to helping others or helping raise the vibration of the planet. So I feel like you could also be relocating or traveling or seeing the world through a new lens, through a new perspective. So King of Wands is bringing in freedom in whatever area that you have felt a bit restricted in. So Capricorn, King of Wands energy is bubbling to the surface. Now let's dive in and take a look at the messages your spiritual helpers have for you. You have Isis here. Isis is all about magic manifesting. This gives me magician vibes, and you actually have the magician as your first card out. It says here, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. You're manifesting something quite profound. That's that King of Wands energy. You are manifesting something that feels inspirational. This is part of your passion. It's part of what drives you. Keep your eye on the big picture. Move forward here in a way that feels good. It's not at a super fast pace, but it's not, snail slow. It feels like this is a pace that feels aligned with yourself, with your growth. And you are starting to see these visions take shape in your material world. Now you have Master Jesus coming through. Master Jesus brings in forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing could be possible at this time. Some of you may have been working on your own divine masculine. That could be this king energy showing up at the bottom of the deck. This could also be healing from a wound that a divine masculine has been a part of in your own energetic space. Potentially your father, this could be a partnership, it could be a brother, or it could again be a part of your own masculinity where you are forgiving, you are embodying yourself with the energy of love. And I feel like you are also wanting others to experience that love instead of hanging on to pain, hanging on to karmic cycles and patterns that keep replaying out. Some of you, this has to do with ancestral healing, healing the bloodline, and becoming a better version of yourself, because a lot of you are in a role where people look up to you. Perhaps you are a parent, you could be a caregiver, you may be a teacher, a healer, or someone that gives advice in some way. You help people ascend in some way. Next, you have Horus. Horus brings in the cosmic gateway. This is big, especially as we embody eclipse season, because it's reminding you that your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Wow. September is a turnaround month for you. I feel like there's a lot happening where you are being asked to focus on manifesting from a place of love, right? Don't sink into the fear bait, the fear trap, which I don't see you doing that, but I see that there are certain shifts that are taking place to help you come in from the cold, because some of you may have felt alienated. Perhaps you have suffered from abandonment, maybe around that divine masculine energy. You could be forgiving someone, maybe even forgiving yourself for what you did not know. I feel like you have done a lot of work on becoming aware. There's this energy of awareness showing up, but you've also been doing a lot of work on your own freedom, whatever that means, financial freedom, emotional freedom. This is powerful. And that King of Wands is saying, don't give up. Don't let the bumps in the road hinder your progress. Don't let other energies block you from getting to where you want to go. So what does your higher self want you to know at this time? What is that voice within saying? Your first card out is the Magician, Capricorn. You can manifest the life that you want. There's that word coming through 3 times now, right? We have manifestation with Isis. We have that cosmic gateway talking about your thoughts being magnetic, and now the Magician. What you need will magically appear. This is successful beginnings. Now, the 9th month, September, is completion. And I feel like you are wrapping up cycles. Many of you are finally ready to close the door of the past and fully embody here a newer version of you, a newer reality, a fresh reality that is based in perhaps even a higher frequency, a higher perspective. This is about you having all of the tools that you need. You are the Magician. This is also Virgo energy shared with Gemini, and we are in Virgo season. So this is reminding you that not only are you a very skilled, very talented individual, but you have abilities, and you may even be strengthening those gifts. And I see many of you have the gift of leadership. Many of you have the gift of communication. And I feel like your energy is returning here. You may have a lot going on in the month of September, but I feel like you are doing a good job with maintaining a sense of balance. And I see that you may have something quite profound that begins in the month of September. And it feels like it's aligned with a goal or a dream or an aspiration of yours. So you're going to see this showing up in the material world. That's what your higher self wants you to know, to focus on what you want to see growing. Don't focus on the weeds, focus on the flowers. Now, what is the block or even the blind spot? The Four of Swords. Four of Swords as a bit of a block can be obsessing about things that are out of our control. It can be going down the rabbit hole and letting that logical mind, dictate or take us for a bit of a whirlwind. And sometimes this can be overworking the mind even, or even the body, to the point of exhaustion. So you want to be careful not to overdo it here, because you do have a lot going on. The Four of Swords is reminding you to sleep more, a need for more sleep or time off. Some of you, this is about stress relief and finding ways to reset that nervous system, because some of you may have been in a state of fight or flight. Some of you have suffered from adrenal fatigue or burnout. And I see here that it's hard at times to shut that mind off, or perhaps sleep cycles have been interrupted. And I see that there is a restoration taking place, because scientifically and spiritually, we receive a lot of healing through our sleep state. Our DNA, our cellular repair happens. And I see that you are bringing more of this into your world through, again, resting when your body is saying rest, and checking in with yourself instead of, grinding, instead of pushing through. You have the ability to enter this gateway that feels lighter, that feels more liberating, and it feels more expansive, and within the body even. So try not to let the mind block you. Okay. So what is the mirror? How is this being reflected in your life? Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing the name Rosanna, or Rosanna. I'm also feeling like this could be in a different language, like Rosario or something of that nature. It could even be a place. Take it as it resonates. And I'm being shown here a broom. So maybe you're sweeping as you are listening to this video, or maybe a broom handle has broken, or it could be symbolic for, sweeping away the cobwebs, like sweeping things out the door or cleaning things up in some way. Now, let's get back to the mirror. How is this being reflected in your life? 5 of Pentacles. Something has been life-changing and even humbling for you. And I see that that's part of this forgiveness. Master Jesus coming through saying you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. And there may have even been a part of you that was focusing on worst case scenario. That's why we have to be mindful of the mind, because you are in a portal, well, in a cosmic gateway, as Horus brings in, where your thoughts are powerful. And I see here that you are being guided to focus on, what uplifts you, what inspires you, how you speak to yourself, the words that you are telling yourself. This is about you not going through these challenges or circumstances alone. Help is nearby. So be mindful of your thoughts, because the 5 of Pentacles can be money or health issues. It can even be bankruptcy, poverty conscious mindset, financial or material changes, or even an illness that you may have gone through. But I see here with the King of Wands, that could be something you're liberating, you're freeing yourself from, or you may be recovering from abandonment or rejection, as I've mentioned. And I feel like you're coming in from the cold, but right now you're still working on some of these issues or concerns, but it feels like something is shifting big time here for you, Capricorn, in September. That's the cosmic gateway coming through. So what is the shift? What is being released or even embraced in order for the gift to fully show up for you? 7 of Cups. There is a new cup being offered. You're detoxifying here. This is the time to make a choice, make a decision, be clear on what you want, because otherwise we're scattered and we are not focusing our energy and our attention on what it is that we want. That's why the King of Wands is showing up here saying, keep your eye on the prize. Don't let the distractions, mental distractions, fear-based energies, maybe societal expectations, family obligations. We have this sense of innate responsibility, but I also feel like your responsibility is to honor yourself, your path, and there's a new cup that is being offered here to you. So focus on what that is for you and apply your energy, your magic, your momentum towards this action, and detoxify from anything else that threatens that. Okay, because what is the gift that is showing up here for you, Capricorn? The gift is profound. Well, first of all, I want to walk you through this shift. The 7 of Cups can be distractions. And because we are currently in Virgo season, Virgo is very grounding. And when we are feeling confused or when we are feeling a bit scattered, it can also be illusions or materialism or even ego that can cloud our judgment. I feel like you are being guided to get out in nature, come back to your body. And I've been talking about this a lot, dropping into the body, especially when the mind is going a bit haywire, when we're overthinking to the point of obsessing or focusing on worst case scenario or the rabbit hole. The 4 of Swords is actually an R&R card, rest and retreat. When we are allowing ourselves to take care of us, when we are healing and taking breaks and allowing ourselves to renew and rejuvenate, and to allow psychic information to come through because the mind isn't blocking it, then we are fully showing up in max capacity. Max capacity, not in a not in a bad way. Think of filling up your gas tank and you've been running on empty. And I feel like you are stopping. You're making a pit stop because you realize, okay, I only have a little bit longer to go. Or maybe I'm Flintstoning to the gas station because I ran out of gas. I feel like you are you're becoming more aware of when your gas light not only turns on, but you are noticing at like half a tank, like, okay, I'm running on half empty here. And I see that you are adjusting at the halfway mark, instead of letting yourself get to that full on empty. I hope that makes sense here. And it's like you're taking that pit stop and you're saying, I got to refuel. I got to check in. Am I thirsty? Am I hungry? Have I used the restroom? Right? What am I focusing on what's right in front of me? So I've been talking about dropping into the body. And one way we can do that is focusing on our five senses. So maybe you've heard me say this. I'm going to repeat it. If you have a moment, Capricorn, I want you to open your eyes, use your gift of sight to take a look at what's around you. What do you see? Perhaps looking at your screen, if you'd like, take a look at the 7 of Cups and look around you in your space. Maybe you're outside. Perhaps you have a window nearby. Maybe you're looking at a wall with artwork. Perhaps you are looking at an animal or another individual as you're listening to this, and really hone in on what your vision is guiding you to look at. What is it that you are seeing? And then drop into your sense of touch. What can you feel? What are you sitting on? What are your heels touching? Your feet touching? Perhaps you're feeling the coziness of a sweater that you're wearing. Perhaps your fingers are touching a pencil, or maybe you're doing the dishes and you feel the wet on your hands. Drop into your sense of smell. Take a big breath in through your nose. What do you smell? What do you taste? Perhaps you've just eaten something, or maybe you still have the remnants of toothpaste in your mouth. And then lastly, what do you hear? I want you to really take it all in. And when you can allow yourself, Capricorn, to drop into your senses, it can get you out of that headspace. And what it does is it signals to the brain that we are safe, right? I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm aware of what's going on around me. And it signals to the body that we can release that fight or flight, perhaps reset the nervous system. Because what happens when we are not aware and we are running on empty and we are letting the mind free roam, it signals to our nervous system that we are in distress, and it can show up as physiological symptoms in our body, a tightness of the chest. It can be constriction in the throat. It can be fidgety energy. It can be butterflies in the stomach. So paying attention to your body is going to help you overcome some of these blocks, Capricorn. Now, what is the gift? What's waiting on the other side? Because you have a cup to choose from. This is the big picture. This is about you saying, okay, I know where I want to go, and I'm not going to let all of the distractions, or perhaps you have 5 different ideas and you've been kind of mulling many of the ideas up in the air and contemplating which direction do I go. This is about you choosing one and focusing on that one, or maybe 2, instead of letting the expansion of so many different opportunities hold you stagnant. I feel like you are meant to focus on 1 or 2 things and take action towards it. Now, the gift here is the Empress. The Empress is one of the most beautiful gifts that you could possibly get. It's also Libran energy shared with Taurus, and we are rolling into Libra season towards the end of September. So this is happening here for you this month. This is about acting upon those plans, choosing the cup here that you want, keeping your eye on the big picture. It's about your creativity being rewarded. I'm also getting here resources. Didn't that come up earlier for you? So it feels like you have the ability to nurture your garden, your financial garden, your emotional garden, and you're starting to see the harvest. You're starting to see that what you have grown has not only started to sprout, but you have a full-on bloom here, or a blossom that is being created with this magician. And many of you are going to see something that perhaps you've created in Taurus season. All right, back in April and May, it could be ready for the picking in the month of September. And many of you are excited to take something to the next level. That's that magician. You're saying, okay, I've manifested something here. I'm ready to launch it. I'm ready to put it out into the world. So this is definitely creativity rewarded. This is the birth of a new cycle. She is the most abundant energy in tarot because she has a lush, full, abundant garden that not only does she get to eat from, but she wants to share with everyone around her because she is generous. She is nurturing. She could be the divine mother. She is full of this creative juice, and she wants to create a better life for herself and those that are able to be blessed to be a part of her life as well. So what is the outcome, Capricorn? What is the integration, the grounded action, or even mindset to carry forward? You have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is brilliant. I may be a bit biased. I am a Libra. This is Libran energy here, but she is very insightful. She's logical, but she's highly intuitive. And if you look closely, this is actually Louise Hay, and there's a message here for you. It wasn't until Louise Hay was a little bit older in her life where she accomplished some of her biggest missions. I think it was like 65 years old or 70 years old when she had started her writing career. You know, she was a little bit of a late bloomer, if you will, when it came to career advancements, but she has really, you know, shaped the spiritual evolution of healing and intuition. And, you know, Hay House was started because of her. And I feel like you are doing a lot, and you may be achieving big things here in the latter half of your life, meaning the first half was all about, you know, learning and growing and integrating and understanding. And the latter half for you, it doesn't mean you have to be 70. I think that was, you know, her age when she had accomplished some of these things. But I feel for you, you know, the latter half of your life feels more freeing with that King of Wands. You know, you may be able to travel. You may have financial freedom. You may have, you know, whatever it is that you are focusing on, whatever you are manifesting. The Queen of Swords is insightful. She's self-reliant. She is funny. She is very, very funny. And I feel like you are being guided to keep humor in it. Right? You don't have to constantly be, you know, in that mindset. The Four of Swords, which can be obsession, or I'm getting like even OCD, or needing to control everything. You can have fun with it because you are someone who is highly brilliant. You have these ideas that you are wanting to bring to life. You know what to do here. You have the benefit of experience, Capricorn. This could be a strong time for your career at this time. So many of you are moving into career changes, career advancements. I'm also seeing taking your maybe financial world to the next level, whatever that may look like for you, you are manifesting it. So stay in your integrity here and use that brilliant mind of yours to move forward, not hold you back. Okay. Now the Queen of Swords, she could be a psychologist, a journalist, a lawyer. She is someone who can do anything that she sets out to do, right? If she can think it, she can bring it to life. And that's what Spirit is reminding you here. So the action, the mindset, if you can think it, you can create it, you can build it, you can carry it forward. So don't doubt your beautiful self. Even if something has taken a little bit of time, even if you are older, perhaps you have gone through a whole lifetime of, being in a certain career or being in a certain relationship, you have the ability to manifest a bit of a detour if that is something that you want. You have that talent where you can do and become anything that you want. So don't let time, don't let age, don't discriminate here for yourself, because you have the ability to rise above. And so that is what you are carrying forward. Capricorn, that is what I have for you. If you would like a personal reading or to sign up for the monthly newsletter or even the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. Please do hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.